Hello everybody and a very good afternoon, good morning, welcome back to Crafters TV. Indeed, if you've joined us for the first time today, hello, good morning, it's Friday, woo, yeah. The weekend is almost here, which is hugely exciting, and well, we're coming to the end of, can you believe, New Year, New Craft, our week-long event where we have been helping you maybe delve into a new craft, maybe kind of reignite a passion for a craft which you've left behind for whatever reason, and each and every day we've given you the opportunity to have a day designated to one particular craft. So on Monday we were talking about die cutting, Tuesday was colouring, Wednesday we delved into mixed media, yesterday we were talking all about card making, and today we are focusing on soft craft, specifically bag making. So maybe you are a paper crafter who would like to get back into soft craft, or maybe you've never tried it before. This is a great show for you to jump in on and ask those questions. We would love to hear from you on the socials today, whether it be a question about items that we've got on the show, or indeed just about bag making and soft craft generally. So all that is coming up. We've got a showstopper related to that brand new bag launch. So that is coming up for you in just a little while. And the project which Becky started earlier on this morning on Wake Up Call, we'll be going back to and finishing. But it is also a very exciting day, and it's a very busy day for the fact that we have got the brand new launch of our Nature's Garden Daisy, delightful daisies collection. And this, let me just tell you, has been so popular, off the chart, thebomb.com, to quote Sarah, popular. And what we've done with this is we have put together an amazing bundle with everything that you would need from that collection, but we've put together a showstopper deal. Now, the showstopper deal is a limited quantity item. We've plenty of the launch available for you. However, the showstopper deal, which comes with an extra £30 or $40 worth of content, is only available in limited quantities. I'll tell you, in fact, of the amount that we had at the start of the day, we are now 65% of the stock sold through. Wow is right. This doesn't even launch officially until 6 o'clock this evening, so I think it's going to sell out in this show, if I'm being honest with you. I know the sort of quantities that we've got available, and the fact that there's less than 40% of the stock remaining means that you need to get your skates on. So we'll go through this in much more detail in just a bit, but I just wanted to show you, with the showstopper deal, you're saving £70 or $81 off the launch price. That brings you, that is crazy, ridiculous. It brings you down to this price here. So if you're platinum, you're £79.20 or $103.20, and you're going to get £30, $40 worth of free stuff too. And let's just bear in mind, and I will go through this in more detail, you've got 12 by 12 pad, 6 by 6 paper pad, you've got luxury cardstock in here, you've got ribbon, you've got vellum, you've got embossing folders, you've got dies, you've got stamps, you've got the business. You've got everything that you need there for the most beautiful collection, and the one that you guys have been waiting for to launch this year. It's the most anticipated launch of the year so far. All of that you're going to get, plus if you pick up the showstopper deal, you're going to get these items free as well. So these are the Nature's Garden items which we've popped into the bundle. So you're going to get your fabulous frame from the Sunflower collection. That's stamps and dies. That is yours for free. And by the way, worth bearing in mind that these items that we've put in together, we've not just kind of just whacked in any old stuff. These are all going to work beautifully with the bundle, because you're going to get the Garden Gateway cut and emboss folder from the Secret Garden collection. That is yours for free. Also from the Farmhouse collection, you've got this beautiful, I call it a builder bouquet. That's not the exact name. The exact name is May Your Day Bloom, but it's stamps and dies to be able to create that beautiful bouquet within the vase. And then also you're going to get this amazing collection from the Gnome. It's Gnome Boy. And basically that is stamps and dies for you to be able to create your own gnome character. You've also got stencils in there too, so you can create his own costume. All of that is £30 or $40. You're getting that for free, but we only have a certain amount of that available for you. In fact, 35% of the stock is left on that. Once it's gone, that will be on the showstopper. I think it could potentially go during this show. Oh. Now, I have just been told, and I don't know if this is a gremlin or not, or whether loads of you just jumped on the website. I've just been told that this is now showing sold out on the web. We will check whether that is true or not, but just hang fire. If you're having trouble checking it out, I wouldn't be surprised if it was, to be honest with you, but we will double check on that. Whilst we're doing that, let me say a few hellos and then we will welcome Becky, who is with us today across the course of this show. Hi to Lillian, who's joined us, saying hello. Hi to Evelyn, who's in from beautiful Colorado. Hi to Olga Vasquez, who says hello from Brooklyn, New York. I have a day off. Yoo-hoo! On a Friday as well. Is that a long weekend for you then, Olga? You off Saturday, Sunday as well? That'd be nice. Tamara Bauk says good morning from South Dakota. Hope everyone is well. We are. And hi to Alicia Gordon, who says good morning and greetings from Arkansas. Shopping at Walmart, running errands whilst listening to my favourite channel. Thank you, Alicia, for taking us with you wherever you go. That's the great thing about our channel. You can watch on your phone, your tablet, take us with you wherever you are. Let's say hello to the lovely lady who is the other side of the studio. Not only going to, it's all right, I'm padding for you, I'm padding. Not only, you just give me the, when you're ready, just go. Not only is she here to bring you loads of soft craft demos and also bag making demos with the Showstopper collection with the brand new templates that we've got, but also due to the success of her first ever paper craft demo on Wake Up Call this morning and how many people loved that demo so much, Becky is also going to be doing another demo with the brand new Delightful Daisies complete collection. So lots to look forward to over the course of the show.
I'm all right now.
Oh, okay. She hasn't done the sign yet. She hasn't done the sign yet.
Woo!
Oh, you were supposed to do it off. It's all going wrong.
Sorry. Yeah.
And it was that anyway.
I dropped something on the floor. So Ben, thanks, Ben, for.
I always, you know, I'll never leave you in the lurch.
No.
I will always pad. I'll always make sure that hello. I will never leave you hanging. So yeah, it's all good.
Thank you.
Before we get into the soft craft. Yeah. Should we have a look at the daisy collection?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've got a whole load of samples here. Just move my pink stuff over there. They are absolutely beautiful. Now, the design team that have made these samples, they've really sort of surpassed themselves with these. They are absolutely stunning. Now, one of the things I didn't show you before, which I think is really lovely, is this particular one here, where they've used the vellum to create like a belly band to go around this little pack. They've made these little notelets to go inside it. What a lovely gift. You know, if you're going to be doing something at a craft fair, you could charge quite a lot for this kind of little set here. And that's just one of the many samples that we've got. We've got beautiful ones like this card here. It's absolutely stunning. You've got all of those different vellums in here that you can see. You've got all of those different aspects that we're using, those dyes with the flower forming foam to create those beautiful flowers. You've got that lovely stamp and die set in the middle, as well as all of those little embellishments on there as well. Really, really beautiful. This one using that panel in 3 different sort of sections, almost like a kind of fretwork kind of look to it, again with all of that beautiful flower forming foam here. And this next one, I mean, using that embossing fold, it is absolutely beautiful. And as you were saying before, if you've not made many cards before, you can quite easily make a really beautiful card just using that one item and maybe a couple of little sentiments in there. All of these are just beautiful. The colours are really calming, very, very pretty designs, very sort of mellow blues. What do I call that, yellow?
You call it
mustard-cot.
Mustard-cot.
Mustard-cot. Somewhere between apricot and mustard, that kind of colour. I like that. I'm going to speak to Leanne about that.
Mustard-cot.
You can see beautiful designs that we've got here. Now, as I said before, if you're anything like me, whenever a new collection comes out, I screenshot the show so I can see all of those different samples. Because sometimes you just need a little bit of inspiration to help you on your way when you're designing. And sometimes you have to wait a little bit of time for your card or your items to come through in the post. And it's quite nice to have a visual record of the type of things the design team has put together. More with that flower forming foam. I think that one is really, really pretty. And using that acetate in that little window there as well. A couple more here. They're just, I couldn't choose which one was my favourite, I have to be honest with you. I think they're all beautiful. And of course, this kind of evocative pattern with the daisies on it, you know, is suitable for all times of the year. As we were hearing before, Michaelmas daisies come out autumn time. Yeah.
Yep.
So this is something you can use throughout the whole of the year. Really, really beautiful designs.
Amazing. Just for those of you that are struggling to get your hands on the Showstopper Deal collection, it is just a little technical blip. I mean, we don't have a huge amount left, but we are just working on putting that back, showing back in stock, because it is still in stock, even though it's showing out of stock, but not a huge quantity of that. So if you want to grab the deal with the complete collection, so not the deal that you're seeing on screen now, it's the Showstopper deal that you need to go for. That will be back in stock in just a few seconds' time. Right, loads of you getting in touch saying hello. Loads of you already bought that Showstopper deal as well, which is amazing. Stephen Nicole says, afternoon everyone, looking forward to receiving the Daisy Showstopper. We can't wait till you guys get your hands on these sets and see what you create, see what you come up with. Hi to Leela, who also says, hi everyone from New York. I hope we are all having a great Friday. We are. Do you know what, not that I'm superstitious at all, but I realised whilst I was having my lunch, it's, isn't it, Friday the 13th today. Dun, dun, dun. I don't believe in any of all of that, but...
Do you not?
Do you?
Well, I don't know. No? Do you think it's all a load of rubbish? Do you walk underneath a ladder?
I mean, I don't purposely walk underneath a ladder, no.
You see, I do.
Do you?
Almost like, yeah, I go out my way to walk under a ladder. I'd cross the road to walk underneath. No, I wouldn't. But, you know, when I'm walking my pig, sometimes...
You'd have to refer back to Wake Up Call to understand that.
No, I don't know if I do believe it. There's all sorts of different suspicions, aren't there? So I brought some sweets in today for Chinese New Year, and they're quite sticky, quite chewy. But I was reading in Korea, they like a sticky candy if you want to concentrate on something. So you have a sticky candy before you do an exam, because it makes you stick at the exam.
What, stick to the exam?
As in, no, physically, but you know, you're going to be focused on the exam.
Oh, right.
Interesting to know what are your superstitions from different parts of the world.
Yes.
Who knows?
Yes, or maybe you just have like a random superstition, or like a... It's not a superstition. What is it like? You know, like sort of athletes and stuff will have like a... Is that a superstition where they have to put a sock on in the right order?
Yeah, I think it is. There is a... I have to tap a can of drink twice before I open it.
Ritual. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
But isn't that something from when we were younger that they used to say? I don't think it works.
Well, I think it did work with the old ones with the
ring pull.
Ring pulls, didn't it?
Yeah. So now I have to do it. It's just it's automatic.
It's like when my Laura sees magpies, she always has to
salute them.
Salute the magpies. Yeah. But anyway, let us know about your superstitions. Hopefully you're having a great Friday the 13th. And if you're picking this brand new collection up, you will have a great Friday. Scrap Shopper just saying another beautiful collection that I have to have. So that is available. We'll be going into that in more detail a little bit later on for you. But we are going to continue on with a project that we started in Wake Up Call this morning. This is the brand new collection, if you want to get into bag making, that you absolutely need to get your hands on. It's our bag making Showstopper deal. Worth bearing in mind as well, as we get the details up for you here, if you go to our website, you'll find up to 23% off a selection of items that we've featured over the course of the last few days. So things like die cutting and colouring, and mixed media. And today you'll find also on the website added up to 23% off on a whole host of bag making and soft craft items as well. This is the Showstopper because we bring you our brand new bag making template. So you've got everything that you need in here to be able to make your detachable pouches, your storage roll, and your double zip pouches as well. So all the templates in there. Comes with step-by-step video tutorials for you too, which is rather handy. And then if you go for the Showstopper, we're also going to throw into that your vinyl. We're also throwing in your quilting clips. You've got your glue, you've got your scissors in there too, and your zips on a roll. Now, here's the thing. Everything within the bundle that you're getting extra equates to a £32.47 cart. However, we're saying today just £22 or $21 will get you everything else in it, giving you that platinum price. And by the way, you get a discount off the templates too, a platinum price of £40 or $56, which is incredible. Many of you picking up that deal over the course of the show. And as we showed you, hopefully you're seeing that these templates, and like a lot of the dies that we bring you as far as Softcraft is concerned, really do help to maybe get you back into Softcraft, maybe help to get you back into a hobby that you've left a few years ago, or maybe you've never even tried before. So do make sure you check out all of these deals. And we're going to go back to Becky, who started making one of the bags a little bit earlier on. So will we get to finish it in this show?
Yes.
Yeah.
But what I've actually forgot to do is put the zip in. So it doesn't matter because it doesn't matter. We haven't stitched it together. So this is as far as we got before. So we did the sides, we did the little pocket, and we put it all together, and I was sort of showing you how you were going to clip it all together. But before we do that, we need to put the zip in. So in order to do that, we need the backing or the outer fabric, we need the lining fabric, and we need the zip. And I like to use our textile glue, which comes in this particular pack. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the outer fabric here, and I'm going to take my zip and I'm going to place that down. So my outer fabric is facing upwards and my zip is going to face down, and I want to place my zip here and sandwich it in between my lining fabric. Now I find that it works a little bit better for me if I use a little bit of this glue along this side. What happens sometimes when you stitch a zip is the fabric stretches a little bit. I just find it works really well using a little bit of this glue. Now the glue will not gum up your machine.
Okay.
It is textile glue. It's there, you know, it does work.
Is it permanent hold?
Yeah. Up until sort of 40 degrees.
Right.
But you're going to stitch on it anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's not really going to make too much difference. So we're just going to put the glue in here. I'm just pressing that down, and it just stops me from having to need to put lots of pins in there because you don't want it to slip. And I'm going to do the same along the zip here, and I'm going to sandwich this part, which is the lining fabric, with that interfacing over the top, and I'm just going to give it a squeeze. Now this glue is something that I always use if I'm going to be sewing curves. If I'm going to be doing patchwork, which you'll see me doing tomorrow, or you could probably even see me doing a bit of it today, when I get curves I use this glue to hold everything together rather than using pins, because it makes, for me, it makes everything a little bit easier. So I'm going to stitch along here. I'm going to change my machine foot. We were talking in the earlier show about the different kinds of feet you'll get on your sewing machine. Yeah. So if you've never used your sewing machine before, and you're a bit nervous about what to do with it, you will always get a general foot with your sewing machine, which is the one that I use for straight stitching. But you'll also get a foot that looks like this, looks like a little shoe, and this is your zipper foot. And this allows you to be able to stitch close to the zip. You can see if you're going to be stitching here, as you sew with a zip, you're either going to be going over the top of the zip with a foot. If I find a bit of a zip, I'll show you here. So if I was using that on my sewing machine, I wouldn't be able to sew over this zip. I'd have to sew down here. So that might be that means that's a little bit further away. Whereas if I use this one here with this little foot, this sort of like little shoe, you can see it's got a little tiny section that's cut out just here, and that's when your needle's going to go. So you're going to be able to sew really, really close to that zip edge. So that's what I'm going to put on my machine now. Okay. Every day's a school day. Every day is a school day. Lillian just saying, talking about Chinese New Year. Yeah. Chinese New Year cake is gungy and sticky. The idea being that it will glue your family together. So similar to that whole thing of Korean sticky things, yeah? Oh, makes sense. I always learn here, whether it be craft or non-craft. And talking about superstitions, Kirsty D says, my nana used to have loads of superstitions. She used to tell me off for whistling because a whistling girl brings the devil. Oh, okay. Funny superstitions. We've all got them. Tell you what, I'd be in trouble if that does happen, because I'm always whistling. Well, you're not a girl, though, so I think you'll be all right. You're going to frighten the devil away. With or without the whistling? Whichever way you look at it. Nicest thing you've ever said to me, Becky. Thank you. So I'm going to just fold this over. Now, you can see you've got a little bit of waste here. You can trim that if you want to. But what you want to do is you want to fold this over, like so. Give it a nice straight edge, and then do some top stitching along here. So again, I'm going to use the foot on here, the what's it called? The zipper foot, and I'm going to stitch along here, just top stitching. So I'm not using the right colour thread, but it doesn't matter, because you're going to get the idea. But obviously, if you're going to be doing this at home, you might want to use one of those pretty stitches that you've got on your sewing machine, that we're saying that you hardly ever get a chance to use. And you can use one of those, and you've got that section here. So then that folds over. This is the lining fabric, so that's one side of that particular piece. And then the other side of the item's going to have the pocket like
Oh,
this,
yes.
that vinyl thing. So we're going to do exactly the same thing here, in that we're going to just place that on here. I'm going to put a little bit of glue there, and then I'm going to stitch along this edge as well.
And we
that's going
discussed
to create that
about
pocket.
this earlier, didn't we? The fact that this is something which you'll do over the course of a few hours. It's not like a
Yeah.
5-10 minute project. This is something
No.
you can really sort of
And
enjoy.
to be honest with you, you want to spend a bit of time making sure that you've got everything nice and straight. You know, you can see, so this is, where's the one that I've done before? See from this sample, you know, it looks really sharp, but you've got to spend a little time in making sure that you get it all nice and neat. You know, you've got all this binding around the edges that you want to make sure you've done properly. So all those things, you just want to spend a bit of time doing them. We're only making one half, we're only making one pouch today, but obviously you're doing two, and you would just attach the snap fasteners onto the back, or you could use hook and loop tape if that's what you wanted to use. So that looks like this. Open up the box because it's not our product. Hold on a minute. So if you've never seen this before, it's the kind of thing that, you know, small children have on their shoes. So you've got one side which has got a hook, and the other side which has got a loop.
Yep.
And then when those two pieces attach, it holds. So if you don't have snap fasteners and you don't want to do anything overly complicated, you can just do a little square of these and use them for putting these together if that's what you want to do. It's nice and easy.
And that's a good replacement because our snap fasteners are out of stock currently.
Oh dear. Oh, never mind. One of those things, but you can use it as one of those things. So we're going to put some glue on here to hold it all together. So again, using that textile glue, a little bit down here.
It is quite a good thing to have in your bundle if you're making the bags, yeah, because you've got the glues in there, isn't it? Not
everybody uses it like this. I just find it's easier. I'm all for making things simpler, and if it can be quick, it can be fiddly when you're trying to put things together with pins, and I just think it holds everything together, and particularly with zips, that's the kind of thing that I want to do.
And also, it's nice to have the glue because if you are making something that potentially you're not going to wash, if you said it will hold up to about 40 degrees, and if you're not that confident with your stitching, or if you're just new to it, so the glue is a good...
It is. I mean, I wouldn't want to use it in replacement for any of that stitching, because it's, you know, with any kind of bag, you're rummaging inside it. It's going to sort of move it around, but it's invaluable. I've used about, I don't know, 4 or 5 bottles of this now, because I use it for anything with a curve that you'll see later on when I do the builder block. It's really, really useful. It's really useful for anything kind of zip, any kind of thing that even if you want to, I mean, you know, if your trousers or your hem of your trousers fall down, keep this in your drawer, and you can make a quick, you know, repair.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing to have. You know, if that's what, you know, happens. Although here, I think most people would come to me and ask me to fix them, wouldn't they?
Well, some people do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Some people go, oh yeah, my bow tie's not working. Could you fix it for me?
I mean, who would do that?
I don't know.
Literally, like just before a show or something, you know, just before they're about to go on.
Could you hand stitch this for me, please? I think was actually what that person said to me.
Is that what they said?
Yeah.
Is that the day that you couldn't find a needle, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I didn't have a hand sewing needle in my. I had to go buy one from the local shop that luckily sells everything.
It does.
It does sell absolutely everything.
Just next door.
Actually, you should have got the cat litter from there.
Do you know what? I thought that as I went to the supermarket and paid an exorbitant amount for cat litter, I thought I should have just gone next door.
Yeah.
Because they'd probably have sold it for a couple of quid.
They probably would have done, much cheaper. Right, okay, so now we've done that little piece here. So now we go back to what we were doing earlier on. So we've got the pocket that we want to put in here. And we want to, I'm just going to do a little bit, I'm going to do a bit of a really loose basting stitching in here, just hold it all together. So give me one moment while I do that. I'm going to do a long stitch here. So I'm changing it, I'm going to change it to 4 millimeters as a stitch rather than 2.5, which is what I was using before. Change my foot to my ordinary foot. and then just do a quick stitch, and that's just going to hold that all together because we've got quite a lot of layers coming up that we want to stitch together. So I'm using this sort of scant 1/4 inch seam allowance. It's just to hold everything in place while we stitch everything together afterwards. Okay. Like that. Okay, so that makes our little pocket. Then we're going to add this piece to the bag.
Okay.
So we're going to put that here, like that. And fold that in. Create that little pocket down there. Not pocket, it's like a little corner that we're doing here. So we're just folding that over, like so. And then we're going to stitch around this side.
Okay.
So it will look like this. So I've already done one, so you can see how it looks. So you can see that will stitch all the way around like that, and you've created that bit. And then we're just going to be putting this piece over the top. So this is that vinyl piece we're going to put over the top. So I'll just pin that in, well, not pin it, clip it into place. And then again, I'm going to stitch around this outside part here, around the outside.
The outside.
Boop, 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 boop.
Boop, boop, boop. Shaddai has bought the bag collection.
Oh, excellent.
Just can't wait to give it a try.
Brilliant. Be nice to see what people make, what colours they use.
Yeah. Do tag Becky, I know you do, but make sure you tag us in any makes. We'd like to see what you've been doing, don't we?
We do. We don't like to think that we're the only ones sewing. Well, I don't like to think I'm the only one sewing. I like to
Well, you're not.
I like to think that people are at home crying at the sewing machine when it gets all gnarled up like I do. So I'm sure people do.
Well,
right, so I stitch around the outside. So you can see here, you've got this rough edge, this raw edge. And this is the thing that we're going to hide with our binding a little bit. So I'm just going to show you a little bit of that. So I'm going to stitch around this part here until we've got that clear piece of vinyl attached.
Okay. Lillian's just said, all the inside-out business of Softcraft makes my brain implode.
Me too, quite often. That's why I end up things being the wrong way round,
Best thing to remember is put your outside in, your inside out, in, out, shake it all about.
It is very much like that.
Yeah. Just to say as well, after we've seen the conclusion of this demo, we will recap you through the details of the Delightful Daisies. It is back on the website now, but I will have a devastating stock update for you in a few moments' time.
Devastating?
As in, like, if you haven't got it, you need to panic.
Hurry up.
Okay. Hurry up. Get your skates on.
I think you're just keen on your alliteration today, aren't you?
Excuse me?
You're keen on your alliteration today.
I am keen on my alliteration.
Okay, when you get to your corners, you just want to make sure that your needle is down.
Yep.
So you can lift up the foot and then move everything that doesn't need to be stitched out of the way. So these sorts of things, I would be taking a little bit more time doing this at home, but we're just doing it quickly for today.
Just whilst you are stitching, Hannah says, are you using a special needle to stitch the vinyl?
No. So it really depends on your sewing machine. I have a very temperamental sewing machine, one of the ones I've got at home. With that, if I'm stitching over the top of vinyl here, so if you're using the vinyl and it's covered both sides with the binding with fabric like this, it works with any needle pretty much. It's absolutely fine. Now, my sewing machine is a bit sticky at home, so when I stitch, if I'm stitching here, I would have to put a piece of tissue paper over the top, just so the foot glides over the top. Now, we recommend that you replace your needle, you put like a denim needle onto your sewing machine for stitching through vinyl. You don't have to. It is recommended, but you don't have to. You can manage without. I would just say that you want to use a new needle. You don't want to use an old one. I would recommend that you just try it out a little bit and see what works. You can get feet that are Teflon coated underneath, which allow them to sort of slide over the fabric a little bit more easy if you're going to be using a lot of vinyl. But I found with this sewing machine, it's fine as it is. With my new sewing machine, it's fine as it is. My old one, I just needed to use a bit of tissue paper in there, so it makes it quite easy. So I stitched that all together now. All together now.
All together now.
And then I'm just going to be putting the binding on. So I've already cut out my binding. So my binding was 2 inches wide. And it's just like all of those other bindings that I've shown you. You find the middle point, you iron it, and then you fold those 2 raw edges in to that midpoint, and then fold it over. And then that's what you're going to use. So you're going to be putting your binding around the outside of all these little pieces here.
Yeah.
And so I would do, I would suggest you just work out what's the tidiest place to do it. So up here, where you've got your you've got a sort of nice finish, you just want to fold that over so that finishes that edge off nicely. The other edges are going to be hidden by other pieces of the binding. So you're just going to pop that on here, again with your clips, like so. And then we're going to trim that off, like that.
Can I ask you another question whilst you're trimming?
Of course you can.
Is there any fabric you wouldn't use the textile glue on, says Rosalind?
I suppose I'd want to try it out on a bit of silk. You may find that if you do, with any of them, if you use too much, it will seep through. And obviously cotton is a little bit more forgiving than perhaps something like satin. I would try it out on things. It works brilliantly on cotton. It works okay on felt, I'd say as well. It takes a bit of time because felt's quite, it's quite loose fibred. So it almost sort of seeps into the felt. So you can end up putting too much on the felt and it's still not quite adhering. It's definitely for cotton more than anything else. I'm just trying to see if it says here, I'm reading this like an old person.
I get my glasses on as well if you like, have a look.
Apparently beware of frost.
Beware of frogs?
Frost!
Oh.
Yeah, be really careful because sometimes down in here there's a little tiny frog that might seep out. No, that's not true. Beware of frogs.
Mine's in German. Oh, it's the other side. Mine says, oh no, that's not even German. I think that's Dutch. Apply thinner, yeah, close. It doesn't really say, does it?
It doesn't really say.
No.
I'd try, cotton is where what I would suggest. I wouldn't have thought, it would probably work on something like an organza, okay. For silk and satin and stuff like that, for anything, I'd try it out first and see how it looks. But just be sparing. Don't put too much on there because obviously then it will seep out and you will get a little bit of a mark on it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stitch down here, this little piece, and then I'm going to do this section here. So you can see how it comes together. But that's effectively what we're going to be doing for the whole of this outside.
Must say hi to Terry, says, Becky, don't cry. When my sewing machine acts up, there are swear words all over the place. Then I walk away. Yeah,
that's probably a good idea. It's so frustrating though, because something that might, you think, oh, that's going to take me half an hour to make. And it would do if the sewing machine was not acting up. And you can never tell, what's going to happen with the sewing machine.
Do you know what, back along, I don't know if anyone knows, that when we first did New Year, New Craft back in, I think it might have been 2021, I actually did do a bit of sewing back then.
Yeah?
And I was lent a sewing machine. Still got it. And one frustrating thing for me was, it wasn't the fact that I kind of sort of did some really basic bits. Remember Daisy and I sat down and made a little mobile phone case?
Oh yeah.
But the frustrating thing for me was my machine kept getting jammed. And it just got to the point where, because I hadn't done it as often, I just got to the point where I just got fed up of like unjamming it, do you know what I mean? Yeah. And then I packed it away and didn't use it. So that was a bit annoying. I didn't say any swear words at it though, Terry. You wouldn't catch me ever saying any rude words.
Like that.
And I refute that claim that I've just heard in my ear. And hi to Jennifer, who says, good morning all, it's me birthday.
Oh, happy birthday. Right, that didn't work very well. So I'm just going to cut that off and start again. So I think it's because I'm not spending the time in clipping it all together. So the next bit I'm going to do is spend just a few minutes making sure it's all in the right place. So do bear with me.
That's all right.
Can't blame the sewing machine this time.
Oh, Rachel says she doesn't like machines that beep. She says I get mad at mine when it beeps.
Yeah, like this one does all the time with me.
There's lots of people who have strong words with their sewing machine. Like, join the club, Shadiah, who says, I have strong words with my sewing machine when it acts up. I even threaten it.
Oh, with what?
Yeah, I mean, yes. I mean, what do you threaten it with? That's what I'd like to know.
What are sewing machines frightened of?
I'll take your feet off.
I'll replace you. All right.
See that plug? It's going to get switched off in a second.
I think with any kind of equipment, you know, you sort of,
Yeah.
when it doesn't work, it's so frustrating.
It's like
isn't
computers, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, when they work, they're brilliant. When they don't, and you see that little circle of doom going round.
Oh, you know what I've got a problem with at the moment? Washing machine. For some reason, it just stops and beeps at me, and I've got no idea why, and I did not choose it. It was a purchase that my husband made without any conversation with me. Which
And how do you get it to stop beeping?
I switch it off at the mains and start again,
Do you know
just like you would do in IT.
Do you know what it might be?
What?
It's a genuine thing. We used to have a washing machine that
Yeah.
used to do that, and I didn't realise, I don't know what you call it, but like at the bottom
The
of your
filter.
The
filter.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've done
Take it
that.
off and there's coins or stuff
No.
stuck in it. Oh, it's
No,
not that.
no, it's
You
not that.
stick your finger right in there and you pull out all the guns.
Yeah, no, it's not that. I'm quite fastidious about cleaning my filter.
Ah.
So
You've got a bit
yeah,
of a rubbish washing machine then.
I think I have. I think I should replace it with someone that just comes in and does my washing.
Do you know, oh no, I was going to tell a really bad joke then, but I'm not going to do it.
Go on.
No.
They're all bad jokes.
I don't know if our US viewers probably won't get it either, because I don't know if you necessarily get it.
Oh, no,
I used to live in a house with a guy called Cal, right? And whenever I lived with him, the washing machines always used to break down. They always used to break whenever Cal was there. And he eventually moved out. And the washing machine started working perfectly, which just goes to show washing machines live longer with Cal gone. That's an advert here in the UK. It's a pretty bad joke, but yeah.
Oh, Ben.
Do you like that? No? Not good?
That's brilliant.
Even bad by my low standards.
Okay.
Should I just send me a message saying, I threaten the machine, I threaten that it will go out of the bleeping window?
Oh.
I think this machine's going to get thrown out the window in a minute as well, isn't it?
I hate. Never work with sewing machines and children or pigs.
Or pigs. To be honest, this machine has been playing up a little bit today.
It has. And I'm a bit concerned because I might have to make sure I don't use this one tomorrow. Right. Okay, well, this is going to show you roughly how it works. So it's going to be a lot neater when you do that. But you're just going to cover this piece with your binding, and then you do the other side there. And then I would use this piece here to sort of neaten that off. So you go all the way round those different sides. And then you would either put your hook and loop tape here, or you'd have put your snap fasteners there. And then this is what they would look like afterwards. So you would have them like this with your snap fasteners. You would open up your zip, and then in here, you've got loads of space actually in here. It's quite a big item for you to put all your bits and pieces in. In fact, oh look, that goes in there as well. And then you've got all of that space in there, and you just attach those two together. So you've got those two pieces that go together like that, and then you've got those two different pouches. So you can see you've gone all the way around the outside, hiding all those raw edges, hiding any bad stitching that you might have with all of that binding. Now, if you are finding it's a little bit tricky going through your sewing machine, it's possibly because the vinyl is quite thick. So if you want to, just to save time and save your sewing machine, you can then trim that little bit of vinyl out of the way that's in that seam allowance, and that'll make it a little bit easier for you.
Fantastic. What a lovely, lovely demo that you've seen over the course of 2 shows, and what a great collection. Terry says, "Oh Ben, that was bad," with 3 emoji faces doing that.
It is quite bad.
Well, you know, I'll take that.
Although there was a terrible dad joke that I heard the other day, and I can't remember what it was, but I did think I should tell Ben this, because it's exactly your kind of joke.
Oh, you can't remember it?
I can't remember, and I have to message my husband because he was there. I was like, oh God, you're always saying that. I'm going to tell Ben this joke, and then you probably forget. So, I don't
Please
know.
message, because I'm trying to fill up my bad dad joke book. That showstopper is a pretty good deal, says Rosalind. I would spend that much just on fabric. Yeah, you're exactly right. And Alana says, re your washing machine. It could be that your washing machine isn't level, Becky. Apparently.
I mean, I hadn't thought about that.
Do you know, when I bought my first ever washing machine, I didn't realise that when they come new, they have the
feet.
Factory bit in them that you have to take off the back, don't you, and take it out.
Yeah.
And so I put my washing machine in and it was like bouncing across the kitchen floor, and I didn't realise that they put the bits in them that you have to take out.
And I don't know whether it's still the case, but it used to be that the hose had a dead end on it, and you have to trim that hose off. Otherwise, the water just sort of comes in and doesn't back out. But I don't think they do that anymore. It's a little bit like plugs. They don't expect you to wire a plug anymore, do they?
Anyway, that was your washing machine news, and now you're up to date. The bag making showstopper deal, very popular for this today. It's nice, isn't it? Because I think a lot of people, I think we've got a lot of paper crafters watching this particular show who are perhaps having a bit of a nose, see what our soft crafters get up to on these shows, and actually taking a bit of a dipping the toe in the water and going, do you know what? I'll have a go at making some bags, particularly when you've got a deal like this with all of the templates that you need to be able to make the different styles of bags. So that detachable pouch bag that you've seen, the storage roll in there too, and then the double zip pouch as well, which are beautiful. And again, just to sort of, I'll show you back here actually, the kind of bags that you're going to be making with this collection. If you need fabric as well, we do have lots of beautiful fabric on the show for you. So you've got the ability with it, in this collection to make bags of this sort of style, really stunning. And of course, you're going to get the glitter vinyl included in there as well. This is another one of those two pouch bags, I suppose I should say, really. And how cute are those? Again, just with those little poppers, popping those together. Maybe it's going to be a makeup bag and a wash bag. Just a lovely, lovely design with your choice of fabric, suitable for whoever. And again, don't forget that, if I just show you the roll bag as well, don't forget that you know, it's entirely up to you. If you want to make these and have these as a little side hustle to make and sell, of course you've got the ability to be able to do that as well, should you wish, or just a great way potentially to you know, make gift ideas for friends and families for birthdays and Christmas and all those sorts of things. So those are the three styles of bags that you're going to be able to make with the templates that you've got in the set. So I mentioned you've got your vinyl included in there as well. You've got all of the other added extras. The scissors are in there, the zips on a roll, the textile glue in there, the quilting clips. And don't forget the value for money. Why this is the showstopper is we're giving you a discounted deal on the bag templates, which are brand new today. And then you're also going to get all of the other goodies in there, which total £32, $47 worth of product for just over an extra £15 or $15. So it's a super way to pick up lots of core tools when it comes to your soft craft. £40 today or $56 if you're shopping in the US and you're a platinum member. Alana Selby says it's the restraining bolts, Ben. Yes, thank you. I don't know what they're called, but you know, the restraining bolts. Yes, take them out if you get a new washing machine, because otherwise your washing machine bounces around. Did they?
Didn't they have to put a restraining bolt on R2-D2 when Luke?
Well, aren't you the film Star Wars expert?
Maybe.
It's R2-D2's the one on wheels, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put a restraining bolt on him at the very beginning of Star Wars.
Oh.
A New Hope.
I'm not. Yeah. I like Star Wars, but I'm not an aficionado. I'm not aficionado.
You're not my friend, Ben.
No,
You're
I'm
my
like
friend.
No, but I do like it, but I'm not like I am with like Bond or Indiana Jones or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but not Star Wars. Oh, okay. I'll take your word for it. Kirsty said, I had a sewing machine that just would not work for me no matter what I did, so I got a new one. I told my friend if she could fix the old one, she could have it, and it worked perfectly for her.
Oh. Maybe it's just not in line with your own electrical
impulses. Rosalind said, I just looked at everything included. I wasn't going to order it, but it is a must-have. And Lillian says, Ben, ha 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 ha. The message continues. Me and my sister set up our first family washing machine and didn't know about the thing that you have to take out. That's the restraining bolts. Thanks, Alana. It travelled across the kitchen floor, ripping up the flooring, and then pinned me against the oven.
Revenge of those washing machines.
That is so funny. That is Lillian. That image in my head now. He chased across the room. That is a horror movie waiting to be made, isn't it?
Totally.
It's the kind of thing you'd see on the Sci-Fi Channel, you know, when they do like Sharknado versus whatever it is. Yes, the washing machine from hell. Quick, you're right there. Quick question before we move on to the delightful daisies. Heidi wants to know. I'm going to have to wait till Becky's caught.
It's just your impression of it, Ben. It's the sheer horror on your face. I'm going to die at the hand of an appliance.
I mean, what a way to go, seriously. Heidi says, I'm thinking these bags would be wonderful to hold craft supplies. Question for Becky, can you put a thin piece of plastic on the bottom so it would hold its shape?
Yes, you could do. So I would, if you wanted to do that, or a piece of card actually, some thick cardstock, you could do that. Or you could put card inside the base of it. So where we've had the fabric and the wadding and the interfacing, you could take a piece of plastic smaller so it wouldn't interfere with the actual parts of the stitching. So it needs to be a half an inch smaller all around, and you could sort of encompass that, envelop it inside the base of that. You could do that with a piece of corrugated cardboard if you wanted to, or a bit of plastic. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Excellent stuff. Keep the comments, questions coming through. Karen says Ben can make almost anything funny even funnier. Thank you. Thank you. Right, let us talk about the Delightful Daisies Showstopper deal. Now, here's the thing. Let's get down to business here. The Showstopper deal is everything you're about to see, all right, everything here, plus an extra £30 or $40 worth of content, which I will show you in just a second. The bad news has just popped up on your screen here. There are only 50 chances left to buy it.
That's not a lot, is it?
I mean,
not when we consider how many we had.
Yeah.
That's a lot that's gone.
It is a lot that's gone. We can officially call this, in my mind, it's limited stock now, the Showstopper. It's officially limited. So here's the thing. You will be able to buy the collection later on tonight for the launch show. However, so many messages coming in. The actual collection on its own, who's bought the collection on its own? With a quarter of the stock gone? When
Maybe
you can
they bought
buy
it
this,
before
maybe people who bought before we launched. There's 25% of the collection on its own gone, but we'll worry about that later. What you need to worry about is the fact that there's only 50 chances left to get this Showstopper deal, which gives you everything that you need plus more. So within the bundle, and we'll give you time to check out in just a second, you're going to get all of your consumables, your paper pad, which I think we can all agree on is the most stunning, beautiful, gorgeous paper pad, one of the best ones we've ever done. Don't you love the front side with the florals and the daisies, and then the back with the wood effect on?
Yeah, it's a really good idea to do it like that, isn't it?
I think it looks gorgeous, and again, we've just absolutely smashed it out of the park as far as the artwork is concerned. As you delve deeper into each and every one of the papers in here, you'll see more kind of faded daisy effects in here. You'll see more sort of ink splats going through there. Lots as far as the kind of garden scenes are concerned, with butterflies and dragonflies are concerned. Let me tell you, we've got 48 of these remaining now. These are ticking away. You guys are checking them out. I think the shock of seeing that we've only got 48 of these remaining has sped a few people up to the checkout. But you're basically going to get a stunning collection of imagery in your 12 by 12 pad, 36 double-sided sheets, which is then copied in miniature in the 6x6, so that is that in miniature, 36 double-sided sheets, and then on top of that we're also giving you 24 sheets of the beautiful vellum as well, and once again you can see it all matches up beautifully. So again, it makes it nice and easy for you to create your mats and layers, make your cards, create your inserts. It just makes it so easy for you, so you're not kind of scrabbling around looking for different bits and pieces. Now, on top of that, we're also going to give you... Oh, it's there, Ben. I'm so super organised. Sorry. We're also going to give you 24 sheets of our A4 linen luxury cardstock. Again, all matches up beautifully. All of these colours work perfectly with all of the colours that you've got within your pattern papers. You're going to get 12 sheets of the flower forming foam included as well. And then on top of that, we're going to give you your ribbon, 3 different colours, a metre of each. And that is your consumables part of the main collection. Now, if you like the idea of getting more of the paper and cardstock, you can do that. We've got a bundle where you can get all of that lot there, all of this lot here, that within another bundle. And we'll talk about that in just a few moments' time. That, though, we've got 47 left now. That, though, is the consumable part of the bundle, but you're also going to get the Daisy Bloom collection. What are you looking at?
I'm just watching.
The Daisy Bloom collection, stamps and dies. I love this one. I think this is my favourite stamp within the collection, and actually my favourite part of the collection, because I love the fact that the die's in 2 pieces there, so you can cut it out as a whole, or you can have it maybe on the right-hand side, left-hand side of your card, depending on where you want to place it. You've got more versatility with that. This set here of blossoming daisies, you're going to use mainly, I would think, in conjunction with your flower-forming foam to create some beautiful florals for your projects. Great for your boxes as well, I always think. You've got a lovely edgeable in there, that stunning daisy chain. This one is your charming daisy. Again, really super useful die that you can kind of cut multiple times, maybe paper piece with it, do a bit of colouring with it. Then you've got your dainty daisy. That was the die that Becky used in her demo this morning. We loved that card. Where is that? I'll grab it in a minute. It's up on the shelf over there. Created a little vase, didn't you, out the vellum? Pop 3 of the little daisies in. Looked marvellous. You've then got all of your little spring accessories. So there's butterflies and dragonflies and more daisies in that little cute collection. We've then got a beautiful border in there too, that spring border die. Again, you get the detailed inner die and the outer die, so whether you want to cut it into your cardstock or cut a panel, you can do that too. And then, oh, I lied. I think this is my favourite part of the consumable, the main collection, the embossing folder, 3D embossing folder. As we discussed, you talk about created cards in die form. That's what that is, an embossing folder form. Run it through your machine. Add a bit of colour like you're seeing here. You've got such a deep emboss on this. All you need is a bit of that ribbon added on there, little sentiment stamped, boom, shakalak, you're done. Now, that is the collection. However, if you're one of the final 47, probably less than 47 people now, because we're going to give you a chance to check out your baskets in a second. We won't know until you checked out your baskets if that goes down. I would imagine there's probably, I don't know, there will be less than 40 remaining now. But for those of you, next 47 that check this out will also get for free this set of stamps, dies and stencils from the Gnome collection. It's the Gnome Boy. You can create your own little gnome there, whether he's gone fishing or doing the barbecue or playing his ukulele. Stencils there to be able to colour your gnome in pretty different costumes with him. You're then also going to get a 19-piece stamp and die set from the Farmhouse collection, so you can create your own bouquet. This is gorgeous, the cut and emboss folder from the Secret Garden collection, which again gives you this beautiful detailed emboss. Open up the gate to create the scene behind. And then lastly, from the Sunflowers collection, you have got the fabulous frame stamp and die set. That is £30, $40 worth of product that you will get for free if you're one of the now remaining 43 people that get your hands on this collection. Remember, once this is gone, there will be no more showstopper deal. You will still be able to get the individuals, you'll still be able to get the brand new collection on its own, but you won't get the added bonus. So please make sure you grab it now. And we're going to give you the opportunity to check out your baskets right here. You're under £80, under $104 if you're platinum. And what I would suggest is get this, get the freebies. If you're in the US, you've just got another, $20-odd spend to get your free shipping too. So pop more of the consumables in there off the individuals on the website. Go to the checkout. We will come back in just a few moments' time. Expect that number to have dipped even further. Don't miss out on this. You'll kick yourself, and we'll come back in just a few moments' time.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook. where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
What makes Crafters TV so special is you guys.
It's really special because the experts are really experts. They're really skilled at what they do, and they want to make sure that the audience also improves on their skills.
Crafters TV is so special because you've got together a really sort of key group of people and people that are very passionate about the product.
Crafters TV is so special because it's a unique community that we have with each other where we can learn and grow and communicate with each other.
Community, the family spirit, the education, everything to do with craft. We are all like-minded people who share a passion.
I love all the inspiration the demonstrators bring and all the knowledge for us out here.
What makes Crafters TV so special? 100% it's the interaction. No other crafting TV channel or show has the same interaction.
I love the community, I love chatting live, I think that's the best part, and it's gone beyond crafting because we've become friends.
It feels to me to be a really, really close relationship with our customers and viewers.
You guys make us feel like we're part of your family. I've never been on the show before, but one of my friends who I did meet from CCTV encouraged me, and I was on the craft along.
Massive team of people, and I think they've all got their role to play, and it just brings everything together. It allows us to do our job and just love it.
The people, obviously, the people not just here at Crafters Companion, but the viewers that watch us. I mean, everybody. We have this real magical essence about it.
Bye for now. Bye.
To put on more shows. Oh, hello. Thanks, Jamie. Right, so this is what happens in between the in the breaks. I just sort of sit on the side and we have a bit of a chat. It's quite comfy up here. I'm kind of glad that you saw it, really, because I stand up and yeah, I'm getting on a bit. I'm 44 this year. The old legs ache just a little bit, so I just come and sit up on the side here and chat away to Becky. And then usually they go 5, 4, and at that point I would then go do, and I would go like this and say then you wouldn't see me unprofessionally sitting on the back of the, but it's fine. We're all friends here, right? Are there any more surprises today, says Rosalind before I check out? Yeah, that was a surprise to all of us. Hi to Eleanor, who says, I'm enjoying this show today. And Eleanor says, why do they call the gnome with the beard a boy? He looks like a dad. Oh, I don't know, actually. I don't know. Gnome boy.
The male one, don't we?
Well, he's called Gnome Boy. It is called Gnome Boy.
Gnome boy.
Oh. Yeah. But some boys can have a...
I think gnomes get their beards very early.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the truth of it, isn't it?
I think they're about 6 when they get their beards.
Yes, which would fit in
Yeah.
with why he's called Gnome Boy.
Yeah.
So he's actually only he's still at school. Yeah. Anyway, weird conversation. Rosalind says, I've added the shimmer ink pads to get to the free shipping and handling threshold. Boom, love that. Ruth Primer says, I knew I should have waited to buy. I bought the bundle last night. Ow. What a great deal. All I can say is bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye.
Bye. But, isn't there a song?
What?
Bye, bye, bye.
That's what I did. NSYNC, isn't it?
Oh.
Bye, 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 bye.
Oh no, that wasn't the one I was singing.
Oh, what were you thinking of?
I've forgotten now. It's gone.
Oh. Bye, bye, baby, bye, bye.
No.
Bye, bye, baby, baby, bye, bye. Bye, baby,
wasn't there
baby,
an
bye, bye.
NSYNC song?
That's what I just did.
But they didn't sound anything like NSYNC.
Bye, 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 bye. Got the showstopper, says Alana, before 9 o'clock this morning. Boom! And hi to Superstar Susie on the socials, who's just tagged in. Thank you to Rachel for all her help so far on the show today. Oh, it's been a mad one, Susie. It has been busy. It's been very random today as well. But listen, Susie's tagged in at a great time. And if you've just joined us as well, you have come in at a great time because we're going to have a look at this Delightful Daisies collection. Bad news bear coming your way because we only have, of the showstopper remaining, 39 chances left to buy. The showstopper bringing you everything that you're seeing here, plus the £30, $40 worth of free product on top of it. So please grab it. I want you to get the showstopper. I want you to have it. Let's not worry about who tunes in tonight. I mean, Sarah will probably kill me for saying it, but let's worry about now. Sarah's in later on for the launch show, the official launch. I mean, she will be disappointed if the showstopper's gone, but that's not my concern. My concern is to make sure that you get the showstopper now. So please make sure you buy it. And then you can sit back and relax and watch all of Sarah's demos later on a 2-hour show dedicated to this collection, knowing full well that you have the collection. You can sit there all smug like, and just be very proud. You got all the freebies, you're feeling good, you've probably got a glass of wine in your hand going, ha, got the freebies! Life is good. And it's Friday, and it's nearly the weekend. Right, very exciting because obviously Becky, our expert soft crafter, our soft crafting queen, also a bit of a dab hand with the old paper craft as well. Obviously loves her paper craft, but hasn't had the opportunity to show us her skills up until earlier on this morning when you did. Let me just get it quickly, actually. Well, actually, no, I'll get it whilst you craft, but you made a lovely card earlier on and people want to see another project from you, please.
Okay, no problem. So I'm really lucky to be able to use the daisies, aren't I? Because normally I don't get the opportunity to do very many launches, and today I've got 2. Which is quite exciting, actually. I feel very proud of myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another quick card, and this one's quite simple. I'm going to be using some of the vellum that we've got on the show. It is so beautiful, this vellum, and I don't think we use vellum as much as we possibly should, because sometimes people are a little bit frightened of it. But what I thought I would do is I would do some butterflies and some dragonflies out of the vellum rather than using it in the normal way. So I'm going to be popping that on there. I'm also going to be using the hello sentiment. I'm going to be cutting that out of some blue, and then I'm going to be using this one here, which is the spring border. So this is the one where you've got a die or 2 dies you can cut into your card, or you can cut it out as on one whole panel. So if I open this up here, you'll be able to see what I mean. This is the one I'm going to definitely be using for the background of my Chinese New Year cards, because it looks like fretwork as far as I'm concerned. Oh yeah. And it would look really good in red or gold with the background. So I'm going to not bother using the outer die because I want to actually cut into the card rather than cutting out one whole panel. So I'll pop that all to one side. I'm hoping I can fit everything onto one plate, and so I can do it all in one go, and that'll save a little bit of time. So we're going to be using the white linen cardstock, and I just want to place that panel around about there and use my low tack tape just to secure it in place.
Who do you make your Chinese New Year's cards for?
Family. Yeah. So I will send a couple to neighbours, next door neighbours. Can I send one to you,
Nicola? Wants
all right,
one.
I'll send you one. I'll do one for my neighbours because we will have fireworks on New Year, and that is basically a way of sort of ingratiating myself, because other people were like, oh, you're frightening my dog, which is what we generally get when there's fireworks being let off around where I live. So neighbours and family really. And I've got quite a lot of family, so there's certainly probably about 20 cards to make.
And do you give presents as well?
You give lucky bags to the children.
Red bags?
Yeah, with money in it, not with anything else. So it's normally like the elder people in the family that would give those to the children. But lately I've been doing it because I feel quite old now. So they just have a little bit of paper money that goes in there. And they quite like it because, who doesn't like getting money?
Especially paper money. I
know, paper money's always good. By paper money, I mean Monopoly money.
Yeah. And then you get the board out and you have a game.
Yeah. They like a little bit of money. Did you have any of the sweets yet that I brought? in.
No, I haven't seen
I've
them.
got some, they're really hard. So you've got to take the outer wrapper off.
Right.
But you need to eat the paper because it's got rice paper around it.
Right.
So you need to eat the rice paper.
What sort of flavour are they?
They're cream flavoured. They're a bit like having what they called like a milk bottle chew, but it's not like that. But it's that kind of taste.
When you say it's hard, what like
It's like a hard chew. It's really hard.
Oh,
it's one of those things that I would suggest that I would put. I would pop it in my pocket for a bit until it softens up, like a chocolate eclair. Not one of the chocolate eclairs that are so.
No, a chocolate eclair sweet.
Yeah.
Don't leave it in your pocket though, because then if it gets all stuck in there, it's going to be horrendous, isn't it?
I have chocolate pockets. You know this before. I like to work things out according to sizes, according to according to chocolate bars. So I'd like to say, oh, that's a Mars bar, isn't it? That measurement there. Do you know? Am I not making any sense?
No.
So I just think measurements in regards to
chocolate bars.
Like chocolate bars, like those bags. I mean, these bags. This is 4 packets of biscuits. Yeah.
This is like Maryland cookies.
Yeah, Maryland. 4 Maryland cookies. That's what I reckon. That's how I like to work things out.
I like this unit of measurement. I can get on board with this.
I think it makes a lot of sense. It's like when people give directions and they use pubs as landmarks. I think that makes a lot of sense. Right, so I digress. So here is that panel that I've just done over here with that beautiful daisy chain around the outside. And then I've got here, these are the little shapes, the little butterfly and the dragonfly, which I've cut out of the vellum. And you can see when you pop that against the white, it looks really good out of that different kinds of vellum. Almost like a variegated design, which is effectively what, all of those sorts of things are, aren't they? Butterflies and dragonflies, they're there to sort of hide themselves, aren't they, from predators?
Yes.
So probably a little bit more realistic than anything else. And then we've got our little hello sentiment just out of that beautiful blue there. So I've cut all those bits and pieces out and we'll just start assembling our card. So what I've got here is my card base. So my card base is 7 1/4 by 11 1/2 and then scored in half. And then I've got some of the beautiful blue, and it's almost like a cornflower blue, this blue here. This is the linen cardstock with some of that really beautiful yellow daisy chain, or daisy daisy paper over the top. So I'm just going to stick those 2 pieces together.
There's 34 chances left to buy. The showstopper. Finish your sentence, Ben. Christine Mahoney says, look at you go, Becky. I'm loving you crafting today.
Oh, thank you.
Gilmore says, Becky is a Jill of all trades, just like Ben is a Jack of all trades.
Oh.
Jack and Jill. They did go up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Christine, how many paper pads have you bought? Nicola wants to know.
Yeah.
Hey, says Gemma Gemma Louise Faye, I think it is. Hey, just tuned in. Oh dear. So the collection. Oh, well, Ben, read what it says. It's not that hard. You've been doing it for many years, quite well. Gemma says, hey, I've just... Oh, I can't do it.
It's one of those days for you today, isn't it?
Hey, says Gemma, I've just tuned in and I've got the collection. Boom.
Excellent.
What else have I missed?
You've missed the scariest story I've ever heard.
About a washing machine attacking Lillian.
Yeah.
You've missed Becky's chat about Chinese New Year.
And walking a pig.
And pig walking.
Yeah.
And me becoming a goat. You've also missed that, yes. And George became a goat, and Nicola became, in the gallery, a pig. But other than that, it's been a standard day. What else have I missed? Well, all of that. House full of adult kids today, plus grandbaby. Made a secret order after. I promised no more. He, says Gemma. I love it when we make those secret orders that people don't know about. Christine says, I'm trying to raise money today to buy the Daisy set and as many paper pads as I can. I'll know around 2. So what time will that be our time? That's going to be about 7 o'clock tonight. We'll hear from you later, I'm sure. And Gilmore says, before they talk about food, I need to eat.
Oh yeah, I was talking about biscuits, wasn't I? Yeah. It doesn't take long for me to start thinking and talking about biscuits, unfortunately. So I've used one of our classic pens here. So this is the GY3 here, just to do those little centres of the daisies. And then I'm going to pop that onto here. And I'm going to just raise it up a little bit and put some of our foam pads underneath here to get that effect. Now on this one here, which I've already stamped with a gorgeous, so this is one I'm going to use. So I just used one of the blue, just having a look, it's a midnight blue here, and we're going to put that on there. So I'll glue that together.
Jennifer says, oh, this is interesting now, you set people off talking about the different weights that they use, measurements. I do weights according to the dog my parents had. This is about one. This is about one Missy, or it's about half a Missy.
That is brilliant.
That's my new favourite unit of measurement. A Missy.
How big was Missy? We need to know how big Missy was.
Yeah, what sort of dog was Missy, Jennifer? Please let us know. Hi to Sarah Ibbotson from Arkansas. Hi to Christy, who says, phew! I managed to get the daisies. I've been waiting for this and I nearly missed it. And Micheline Lobdell says, good morning, Ben and Becky. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Becky, great card, says Micheline.
Oh, thank you.
Bought my Showstopper collection this morning. Yes! I love this collection. And my mum's name was Daisy. It's such a beautiful name. I love the name Daisy. That's why I chose it for my daughter.
Did you always like the name Daisy?
Yes.
Wait.
She was going to be a Daisy or a Grace.
Okay.
And it was that whole thing. I was happy with, I like both those names. And it was that whole thing of, I just agreed at the time, really. Because I always wanted Daisy as my first choice. But when she was born, Laura was like, that whole thing of, oh, I think she looks more like a Daisy than a Grace. I was just like, oh, yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't really get that conversation. She was just a little baby.
Oh
And
no,
at that
I think you get like a good feeling about. I have a friend, and her, she was always going to call her children. She wanted two little girls, and she was going to call them Daisy and Grace. And she sadly wasn't able to have children, but that's what her company's called.
Daisy and Grace.
Yeah.
That's super cute.
That's really nice. I wanted to call my children Sebastian and Jessica, and my cousins called their children Sebastian and Jessica, so I couldn't have it.
What? Knowing that you wanted to call them?
No, years. I mean, they're much, much older. They're adults. They're so proper adults, not just sort of small adults like mine are. So it wasn't just. It wasn't really my opportunity to say, well, actually, I chose that name for my children when I was 15. I couldn't really. I could have done.
You could have done.
Yeah, I could have done. I should have just said, no, I'm sorry. I don't like that. That's the name I want for my children.
And Daisy's middle name, I've probably told you this before and bored you with this one, but her middle name is Lauren.
Oh, yeah.
And her middle name is Lauren because Laura decided that she wanted to call her Lauren after one of the midwives who helped deliver Daisy.
Oh, that's nice.
And here's the funny thing about that story is so we then obviously, my dad picked up on it and he came to see Daisy in the hospital and oh, Daisy Lauren. And he went, brilliant name. And we were like, yeah. And he was like, Lauren, I mean, that's just so clever. And we were like, yeah. And he's like, you did do it because it's a combination of Laura and Ben. And we were like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly why we did it, Dad. That's exactly, yeah, but Laura and Ben. So we've always thought that was quite clever, even though we did it by
quite
accident.
clever. I've not actually thought about that.
No, we didn't.
Together.
But, we claimed it.
Yeah. yeah. This is what we'd always planned.
Yeah, we put a lot of thought into that, Dad. How we could combine it. Better than doing it the other way around, where she would have been called Bora. We thought Lauren was, much nicer.
My niece, when she was born, they were trying to work out what to call her, and their surname was Coates, and they were going to call her Over, which I thought was quite funny.
Overcoats?
Overcoats. They didn't, they called her Lauren. Which is not quite the same, but I always thought it was quite entertaining. Overcoats.
Missy, by the way?
Yeah.
Missy, the dog?
Yeah.
A fox terrier.
Oh, so quite small?
About 20 pounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That'd be quite useful to know, because it could have been a St Bernard. And then it would have a totally
Imagine.
different feeling, wouldn't it? You know, oh my goodness, I've eaten the turkey as big as Missy, and you find out it's the size of St Bernard. You're thinking, my goodness, that's a bit crazy.
Mom for Boys says, hi from Nebraska. I've just caught up on the day. Any day Becky is on is a great day for me. I learned so much and I am inspired to sew.
Oh.
Sewing, paper crafting and all sorts today. What can't you
I can't
do?
crochet.
Oh.
I can't crochet at all. But Leanne's going to show me.
Is she?
Or Sarah's going to show me. They both said they will. So actually Sarah's in later. I might just stay later on to just say, right, I'm ready for my lesson now, Sarah.
Yeah,
and,
6 o'clock.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
This is looking gorgeous, by the way.
There we go. So there we've got our little card using the Daisy collection. So you've got that panel there, as well as those little vellum characters, the dragonfly and the butterfly.
Absolutely stunning. And the great thing about that is, I know we've been chatting away whilst we've been watching you do this, but it's such a lovely collection to craft with. And whilst that is a beautiful card, very achievable for everyone.
Yes.
Really, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes that's what you need. Sometimes you want something that's quick and easy. No, just because that's what you're going to get started with, isn't it?
Lots of you loving all of the demos today. Shadiah says, Lord Ben, you remember I told you I wasn't getting the Daisy collection, but after watching Miss Giggles on Hobbymaker, I caved in. It usually happens, doesn't it? It usually happens. And Rhonda says, I have a friend who was going to name their baby Polly as a first name and Esther as a middle name.
My friend called her daughter Polly, and she came to my house, and Polly was about, 6 months old, and someone said to her, oh, your daughter's lovely. What's she called? She said, Poppy. And I went, no, she's not. She's called Polly. She went, are you sure? And I was like, pretty sure, and you should be sure too, because it's your baby. She had quite a lot of wines, and she'd forgotten the name of her daughter.
I mean, we've all been there, haven't we? My funniest one, which nobody else laughed at, but I found it was funny, so we'll move on. An old a program controller at a radio station I worked at had a little girl who was called Ella, and then no, her first name was not Umber, Nicola. So they had baby Ella, and then him and his wife got pregnant again, and they had a boy, and they called the boy. They didn't call the boy Umber. They called the boy Sam. And I was the only one that found that hilarious, that their kids were called Sam and Ella. I was trying to explain to them, I was like, they're called Sam and Ella. And then I was like, yeah, what's so funny about that? Sam and Ella? Oh, yeah, I don't get it. I was like, oh, never mind. Anyway, beautiful card, says Kathy C. Sarah says, such a pretty card. Absolutely lovely card, Becky, says Mary Pat. Lillian says, I love your card, Becky. And Shadiah says, what a stunning card, Becky. Miss your card making. We're definitely going to get Becky. Who agrees? Get Becky to do some more paper craft demos, because we love it. We love it. The Delightful Daisies complete collection, the showstopper deal. Well, there's now only 28, probably less than that now remaining, as far as the extra bundle, if you like, is concerned. This brings you everything as far as the brand new showstopper deal is concerned, as far as the new collection is concerned, shall I say, and you get a whole host of freebies included as well, £30 or $40 worth. I'll just go through this a little bit quicker. And of course we will give you more chance to check out soon as well, because we are very, very busy. The Daisy Meadow 3D embossing folder, love that. Really quick, easy way to create stunning cards, no problem at all. Then you're going to get the spring border that you've just seen used a few moments ago. You're also going to get the spring accessories, which is the beautiful dragonflies and butterflies, and you've got even more florals in there too. This one is the Dainty Daisy, and that Dainty Daisy, I did get it ready because I'm very organised and professionnel, is the one that Becky used earlier on this card, which was the demo of the show. So you can see those Dainty Daisies cut 3 times, and she made a cute little wraparound with some of the vellum there as well. So those are your Dainty Daisies. This one is one of Nicola's favourites, the Charming Daisy. You've got edgeable technology in here too, with that beautiful daisy chain die. Also on top of that, you've got the blossoming daisies. So this is that die set which you're going to be using most frequently, I think, with the flower forming foam that you get in the set. And on top of that, you've got the daisy bloom, which is all of those beautiful stamps with the dies, that split die there as well. So it gives you even more craftability to place your daisies wherever you want them to go. On top of all of that, you're going to get ribbon. You're going to get flower forming foam. You're also going to get 24 sheets of the luxury linen cardstock in all of the corresponding colours, which go with your vellum, 24 sheets, which go with your 6x6 paper pad, 36 double-sided sheets, and your 12x12 paper pad as well, 36 double-sided sheets. That is the brand new collection today. £79.20 is your platinum price. Ridiculous. Look at the saving that you're making. $103.20 if you're platinum and shopping in the US, but for the next 28 people to check out, and as I said, I think it'll be less than that now. When we come back after the break, it will be less than that because people will check out their baskets, and our systems take a little bit of time to update, so it won't be 28 remaining. But for however many it is, let's say it's 20 people left now, if you buy it now, you'll also get for free £30 or $40 worth of free content, which is this stamp and die set from the Sunflowers collection. It's that gorgeous cut and emboss folder from the Secret Garden set. It's the wonderful Build a Bouquet collection from the Farmhouse Nature's Garden set, and then the Gnome Boy, which is of course from the Garden Gnomes collection. All of that is £30 or $40 worth. You're getting it for free in the Showstopper, but I can tell you now that we have 25 chances left to grab it. Please do not miss out. Half of the stock that we had, of the stock that we got back when we had that little mini crash, because there was so many of you trying to check it out, has now gone. 25 people. And if you have you can look for yourself at the hundreds of people who are watching right now. If everyone now decides they want to grab it, this is gone in an instant. So let's give you a chance to check out your baskets. Next 25 people get the Showstopper deal. Everyone else after that will still be able to get the brand new launch, but you won't get the freebies. So what are you waiting for? Go, go, go!
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
One that was really funny, Ben. You did.
It was better than your I'm a gnome and I live in a caravan.
I am a gnome and I live in a caravan.
Can we clip that? We'll do it. Everybody's gone surfing, surfing USA.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comforts of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze.
I have to tell you, every single person works tirelessly behind the scenes, and I can't just give a shout out to one person, because for me it has to be John, Tracy and Jake.
Going to give a shout out to our backstage hero, and I'm actually going to say heroes. It has got to be our product coordination team. It's got to be.
Because without those 3 people, when we're on air, we wouldn't be able to function like we do. They make sure we have everything we need, right from the samples to the product to having a drink of water throughout the show. They really look after us.
You see us day in, day out, 7 days a week, live on TV. We're crafting away. We're hopefully inspiring you. Every single card, every single product, every single tool that we touch has come from product coordination. Those guys are the unsung hero. They're there making sure we have the products, we have the inks, we have the tools, we have everything that we need. We have the power to actually work our Gemini ranges. The smooth running of behind the scenes of Crafters TV is all down to our product coordination team.
Welcome back, everybody. I've just looked at the clock. We've got just over half an hour to go, which is incredible. The day has absolutely flown over. Loads of you loving the brand new collection. Ruth says she's managed to grab the deal with the grab bag. Says your team are amazing. Whoop, whoop. Thank you, Ruth. Card Crafty Tammy says, I went to a high school with the guy whose name was Rusty Gates. That is such a cool name. I love that. Gilmore says, I was in the process of sneaking in a cat nap early this morning, but I decided to tune into the show, and the nap never happened as I was mesmerised by Becky's card making.
Aww.
Elaine Cirillo says, yes, please, Becky, do some more paper crafts. I love your designs. The Sunny Starfish. Oh, I love that name, the Sunny Starfish. Says, not only is Becky talented, she has got a great sense of humour too. Becky back? Yes, please.
Well, you've got me all week. Well, tomorrow. I'm here tomorrow as well.
Thank you for adding additional showstopper deals, says Shirley Sock on YouTube. Well, whatever's left that we have now, that is it. We're not adding any more. I said that a bit miserably, didn't I? We're not adding any more. Hi also to Card Crafty Tammy, who says, I've really enjoyed watching all of Becky's makes.
Oh, thank you.
Such a beautiful set with the daisy, says Jen Vincent. I had to get it. Boom. And Tracy C says, no, not Tracy C, just Tracy. Tracy on YouTube says, I've been to the Chesterfield store today and I bought the whole collection and got the freebies. I love it. Ooh. It is so beautiful. Big shout out to all of the team at the Chesterfield store, Derbyshire Massive. Everyone working so hard today and everyone very, very excited about this brand new collection. We'll keep you updated with that, but I think we've got less than 20 chances now to grab the showstopper. Let's go back to the bag making showstopper deal. Last chance saloon as well to get any questions in that you have regarding soft crafting and in particular bag making. If you anything that you want to ask Becky about any techniques, any hints, or about this set particularly, do get those questions in. Brand new launch are these 3 new templates that you're going to be getting. So the 3 sewing templates to be able to create your detachable pouches, to be able to create your storage roll and your double zip pouch too. And then this bundle also brings with it an extra £32 or $47 worth of product for just £15. No, for just £22 or $21. You get your vinyl, you get your glue, you get your scissors, you get your zips on a roll, and you also get some of the quilting clips included too. So that's everything that you get, and why loads of people have jumped in and bought this deal. Should be £89, $109. £40 today or $56 if you are platinum. Alison just saying I wasn't going to buy anything else and I've just ordered the new set. Nice one. Let's go back to this collection because I think to kind of wrap up the show, have you got another demo to show us to go with the brand new bag making collection?
I do. Just need to put my hair up.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have a go. I won't be able to make it fully, but I'll certainly have a go making this, which is the storage roll.
Oh, yeah.
So this is the one that I would suggest that if you've never made bags before, this is one you start with. It's the easiest one to get on with. So this has got 2 large pockets with that glitter vinyl here. Then it's got a little pen holder for you know, sort of small pens you can pop in here.
Oh, nice.
Then you've got a little zip pocket over here as well. So you could pop your, you know, a little pocket around here. So you could pop your change in here. Who has change these days? And maybe you put, I don't know, sequins. Actually, 2 Oreos.
Here we go. How many misses though? That's the question. Not many.
I don't think a Missy.
Not on the Missy scale, is it?
No, but
No.
you could actually make 2 and then fashion a little strap and then have them as a little thing that goes on the side of Missy, like panniers. Panniers?
Panniers, yeah.
Panniers, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great idea.
Yeah,
I love that.
Pannier for Missy. So this is quite a cool little thing. So you use it for all sorts of different things. But actually, I think popping your crafty bits in there, maybe your pencils, maybe your travel.
Could you put your passport in it?
Could you put? I could put my passport. Yeah, you could use it. Yeah.
Like a little travel.
Yeah, you could do. Yeah, that would work. Yeah, definitely. And you always need a pen when you're at the airport. You can never find one, can you? Because there's always something you've got to fill in. So this is what you're going to be getting inside the template. So as we did with the other one, it will say on here it's 2 pieces. Don't open it up and think I've only got 1 piece. This is considered a piece. So you've got your instruction booklet and you've got your actual sort of a pattern here. And now the patterns do overlock?
Yeah,
overlap each other. So you just need to be aware of the piece that you're wanting to cut out. So say, for example, here, flap and centre vinyl pocket, and you cut 2 from the vinyl. That is for creating these pockets here. You can see where those markings are, but they're obviously overlapping other markings. Now, if you're getting a bit confused, and this is the reason why I would say that this is the best one to get started with, because there are less pieces on it.
Yeah.
So when you have a look in the little booklet here, you will see we've given you a list of all the things you need. So you only need a fat quarter of all the different fabrics here. And using fat quarters, we often have fat quarters for sale here. You can pick them up very cheaply. So you can have a go at making this, even if you're not going to be doing it with the actual fabric you want to finish off with. You could use some fabric that you've bought very cheaply, and you can make this very, very quickly as well. And in here, you've got this details where it's highlighted in red what piece you're going to be cutting. So for example, this one here is the flap, and that is creating this piece here, this curved piece. You can see it overlaps, but you've got it in red, so it makes it very clear which piece it is. And over here, we've got your cutting preparation, so we tell you how many of everything you need to cut out. So when I was talking before about using wadding, using interfacing, all of those things give your bag more structure. But obviously with a roll, the storage roll, you don't need a huge amount of structure, so you just need some very light wadding or light interfacing or medium light interfacing.
Yeah.
And then we've given you step-by-step instructions throughout here, and we've also given you videos for you to watch, so it makes it very, very simple for you to put everything together. So I'm going to get started. I have already cut out all of my pieces. I've used my heat erasable pen, and I've just marked everything out and then cut it all through afterwards. I tend to cut everything with a rotary cutter because I find it easier. So use your rotary cutter and a ruler. You get a nice straight edge there. I find that's much easier than using scissors until you get to the curves. So when you've got those curved pieces here, I would cut my piece with my rotary cutter, and then I just use my scissors to cut around those curves, but it's entirely up to you if you want to use your rotary cutter for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch together, first of all, the main part of the bag. So this is the outer part of the bag, and this is the fabric we've got on the show today. So this is the Lewis and Irene fabric. I cannot remember what one this is called.
That one is called... I'm going to tell you. Don't
tell me. Okay.
That one is called...
That one is called...
No, it's called Flowers on Cream.
Okay. And I'm using... Is that Blooms on Pink?
That one is blue. That is Floral on...
Pink.
No, Flowers on Rose.
Rose. Okay.
Flowers and Songbirds on Rose.
Excellent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these right sides together. So I want 2 square rectangular pieces and 1 piece with the curve on it that creates the flap. So I just want to put those right sides together, and then I'm going to stitch them together to create that outside piece of the bag. And this is effectively what we're going to be doing with the lining pieces as well. We're just going to put those together in a slightly different way because we want to add all of those different pieces, like the pockets in there. That's weird. I've got singing when I'm using my sewing machine.
Yeah. That's because it's a singer.
Oh dear.
It's not actually, it's one of our machines.
You're not in tomorrow, are you?
Pardon?
You're not in tomorrow, are you?
No. That's not very nice.
I'm only joking, Ben.
I know, you love me really.
Only joking.
Who are you in with tomorrow?
Pardon?
Who are you in with tomorrow?
Corinne.
Ah.
And she does sew. Well, she says, oh, she doesn't sew. And then she says, oh, you know, she made a quilt. And I was like, well, you do sew. Excellent. And to stitch exactly the same way. So we're using a sort of scant 1/4 of an inch a seam allowance here. Oh dear. Okay, I'm just going to snip off those little threads. So that is the outside of our storage roll. So I'm going to pop that to one side over here. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my vinyl. So this is a piece of vinyl that I've already cut out. Can you see the glitter there? Oh, yeah, you can just see the glitter.
Can you get in? Oh, I can see it now by your left hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really, really pretty, but it doesn't sort of detract away from your fabric. It enhances your fabric. I think glitter enhances everything, especially my face. I want my face to be covered in glitter all the time.
Do you?
But people give you funny looks, which is always...
If you have glitter on your face?
Well, if you've got glitter on your face all the time, you know...
I find glitter quite hard to get off.
Oh yeah, once it's on, that's it.
Yeah.
It's permanent.
When I'd done panto previously, I put a bit of glitter on. When I did the sort of Toy Sarah as an elf, I thought I'd be a bit of a glittery elf. Could I get the glitter off my face?
I can still see it now.
Some say it's still there, says Nicola. Less than 20 chances to get the Delightful Daisy showstopper, by the way. Less than 20 chances, everybody.
So here we've got binding. So it's the same kind of procedure as we did before when we were putting binding around that other bag. We're putting binding around the pockets here. This does make it a lot easier. It makes a nicer finish, but it does make it a lot easier for you to stitch vinyl, because you're stitching, you know, your sewing machine's actually going through fabric and moving through rather than straight onto the vinyl. So I'm just going to do a stitch around here, and you're going to do exactly the same thing.
What?
I don't know why I did that. I
don't know why you did that.
And what I meant was, what you want to do, what you want to do is do exactly the same for both of the large pockets, and then you've also got that little tiny zip pocket on the inside of the storage roll. You're doing that, you're working with that in exactly the same way as well. So very, very simple, just stitching with that binding around the edge. I don't know why I said that. Maybe. So my daughter's got Tourette's, but not the rude Tourette's. She doesn't swear, but she does have Tourette's, and sometimes she does that. And it's almost like, you know, it's like a record player that's got stuck. You know.
Well, she just like sings.
No, sometimes she just goes. Right. We've all got different crosses to bear, haven't we?
We have all got our own little quirks.
Idiosyncrasies. So we've done this. I've done the same here with the I can't talk today. Do you know what? I think it's lack of chocolate.
Is that what it is?
Because lately over Christmas you eat chocolate with every meal. Do you not? Do you not find? You know. There's like, you're constantly putting your hand in the bowl of chocolates, and I haven't had any chocolate today. That's why I reckon it's a problem.
I've got some Haribo in my bag in the green room if you want some sweets.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Actually, I've got a tiny little mini packet of Haribos in my bag.
Have you?
Yeah, I might have to have one in a minute. Right, so let's go back to what I'm supposed to be doing. So these are the two pockets. These are the two large pockets we've got here with that vinyl over the top. And then we've done exactly the same thing here with a zip. So we've done that exactly that with the vinyl, and then I've attached the binding to the one side of the zip, and then I've attached that there. So you can see you've fitted in that little zip with that vinyl pocket. And then it's a question of putting everything together.
Yeah.
The other thing we've got to do is a little pen pocket. So here I've got my fabric with my interfacing, which is attached around the outside, and I just need to trim that because I made my interfacing a little bit too big, because I cut it out really sort of roughly when I was sticking it together. So I use some of our spray, so our stick and stay, which is the heat activated one, which is a permanent adhesive, to just adhere all of my pieces of fabric to their either interfacing or to their wadding, depending on which piece it is. And so we're going to use one piece which has got the interfacing, one piece which is just the fabric. I'm going to put those together And then I want to stitch down one side, one long side and one short side. And then I'm going to turn it out.
So it's funny you said about the people with their own little quirks and stuff.
Yeah.
My daughter has this thing recently, and her friend does it as well. I don't know if it's their cool little thing, but she, it sounds so silly to say, but she bars like a sheep just randomly.
Okay.
And they both do it. So, you know, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a situation where we'll just be chatting all of a sudden. Yeah, and she, you know, I'll be like, oh, what are you having for breakfast? And she'll just go, oh, I'm just going to have some toast. Bah! Just like really randomly.
Is she aware that she's doing it?
Yeah, I think so. Well, I hope so. Just like randomly.
It could just be, I mean, my daughter's sort of thing that started out like that. She just suddenly go like that. And I was like, what's wrong?
Yeah.
She did like that. And it took ages to get the diagnosis because first of all, we were just like, stop being silly.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's, you know, it is Tourette's, but I always say, oh, it's not the fun one. Anyway, that's quite funny. So I've stitched around these two pieces here, and I just want to trim off that corner, not too close, but I just so I can turn it all round and out the other way. So I'm going to fold it over like this, and then stitch like that. And then what I need is my chopstick, which I managed to mislay. It might be in the back of my car.
Oh, to push the...
Yeah, but actually if I just roll that seam here, so if I just roll that between my fingers, that will poke that all out and give it a bit of an iron. And then you can top stitch around the edge of that as well, just to make sure it's all nice and straight. But what we want to do is we want to place it onto this piece of fabric. So this is outer fabric, but it's been treated like it's a piece of lining. So we've got interfacing on here. And what we want to do is we want to attach it to another piece of fabric, of which I can't find.
You lost your chopstick and your fabric.
Oh my goodness, what is wrong with me? Oh, I know, here. Hold on. Hold on. Right, I can use this piece. So what I want to do is I want to attach those two pieces together like that. So I'm just going to trim that piece of fabric so it's the right size. Just do that quickly.
Got your, I was going to say what your plans for the weekend, but you're here tomorrow, aren't you, of course?
I am.
All day.
All day.
Are you here Sunday?
No, no, going home. Well, I don't know. I don't know what time I'll go home. I don't know whether I'll go home on Saturday night or stay until Sunday morning. I don't know.
When I used to stay at the house, I used to like to go the day I finished.
Yeah, well, it depends how tired I feel because it's a long drive. You know, it's 4.5 hours drive home, and I do have a new audiobook to listen to.
What book are you listening to then?
I'm listening to the book that everyone's listening to at the moment.
Oh, sorry, I just get what you said now, Nicola. Spare.
Spare, yeah, that's what I'm listening to.
I know, that's why you said, I just got what you said, spare.
So I listened to 30 chapters yesterday on the way up here.
How many chapters are there?
I don't know, but I was thinking, I think I listened to about 4.5, maybe 3.5, 4 hours.
Wow.
I was thinking I could have read it in much quicker, I'm sure.
Have you found anything else out new that you haven't heard since the bazillion interviews that we've had over the last 2 weeks?
Yeah,
Oh, you have?
actually, because I've not really been listening to the news particularly about that. But yeah, there were a few things in there that I found quite interesting. It was, you know, I think it's one of those. It's almost like a water cooler thing. You know, you have to. Well, not you have to, but you know, it's one of those things that so many people are involved in at the moment or interested in. You sort of want to read about it or know about it, so you can sort of join in with the conversation, I suppose.
I wonder if it's anyone's as interested in the US as they are here in the UK.
I would have thought it's more so in the US, is it not?
Has the book been released over there?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
When I first started reading it, or listening to it, I was hoping that he was going to mention me, because I used to serve them with ice cream after they'd been for tea at Granny's when they were little. So I used to work in Windsor in an ice cream shop when I was at college, and they used to come in most Sundays.
What, William and Harry?
William and Harry, and buy ice cream, and after they'd been for tea at Granny's.
What ice creams did they have?
Harry, chocolate chip, and William, always Belgian chocolate.
Wow. And you used to?
I used to serve it, yeah.
Were they polite?
Really polite, and they were always very nice. They were always sort of, they always sort of said thank you for not making a fuss. Obviously, when they were at the door, I went, oh my God! We kept it secret, and it'd be busy. It's a busy store. Well, it was a busy store. We'd have a lot of people coming in, a lot of tourists, and no one would know it was them because they just looked like any other teenagers.
Wow.
So I've put here, this is the pocket, pen pocket, and this is the little zip pocket we've done. I'm just going to pin it together, and then I'm going to stitch just a basting stitch just to hold everything in place. So it's all going to work together. So.
Our Susie's reading it.
Oh yeah?
The spare. What chapter are you up to, Susie? Let us know. And Samantha says, wow, 4.5 hour drive, Becky. You must really love your job.
Who wouldn't?
A lot of us do it though, don't we?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't anymore. I love my job so much, I packed in the 4.5 hour drive and moved up here. That's how much I love all of you guys. That's how much I love you all. I couldn't bear to not be here. So I had to move up. But like Michelle comes up, and how long is her journey? 4 or 5 hours, I think, must be on the train.
Yeah, and she does it all with public transport, so
Yeah.
she is at the mercy of other people. At least, I'm in the car, which is, I would normally come up by train. I would generally come by train, but lately it's been impossible to go by train because they've not been running. And I could have come up today, but I wouldn't have been able to go home until Monday.
Oh, yeah.
So I decided...
If you were lucky.
Yeah.
With
So I
the
decided
trains.
actually I'll drive this week. And it's okay occasionally. Like I say, if I've got an audio book to listen to, it's absolutely fine. And I've got some new music in my car.
Well, what music do you listen to?
Well, it's not new at all, but I'm listening to Cure Mixed Up.
The Cure?
Yeah, The
That's
Cure.
definitely not new.
No, but the Cure, but the Mixed Up album that they did in the 90s, which they housed up all of their tunes.
Did they?
They did. Well, not very, but a little bit. But
Is house like?
Yeah. Well, it's not quite that housey, but it's definitely more housey than normal Cure.
More bungalowy than housey.
Yeah. That was terrible. It doesn't even deserve a joke. No.
Sorry.
As your jokes go, Ben, that's pretty poor.
There's been some bad ones today in general, haven't there, really?
There have been.
Vanessa says, here's a question, is there no need for a backstitch? I was taught to always backstitch.
Not when I'm doing the, I would do normally, but just because I don't want it as a basting stitch, I just literally want to hold it in place. It's just basically instead of me using pins. Otherwise I would do. So I've done backstitch here on these pieces because they are going to need that. But when I sew everything together, all of that stitching is going to be all sort of contained within it. So it should be fine. Should be fine.
No one in particular says, I'm loving the show, guys. So informative, relaxing and amusing. Susie's on chapter 4 of Spare. And Chrissy says, I've got the audio book too, but I'm only on chapter 6. So a lot more to listen to this weekend. When I'm not watching Crafters Companion TV, of course. And Alana says, okay, so I couldn't help myself, waiting outside school for my grandson, and the bag mega deal fell into my basket, and I checked it out. Lol, 2 mega deals sorted. Or lol. 2 mega deals. Great shopping. I'm glad that you got the Delightful Daisies mega deal. That will be almost gone. We'll do it. If we can get an update before the end of the show, we will. Oh, look at that. Nicola is on the ball. 15 showstoppers of the Delightful Daisies left. That is 1, 5, 15. So by the time we come round to the show later on with Sarah, there will be none left.
Okay, what I've realised I've done is I've sewn one of these pockets onto a straight piece, which I shouldn't have done. I should have sewn it onto this piece here. So I'm just going to quickly take that off. It'll only take me a couple of moments because this is just a basting stitch that I've used here, so it should come across quite easily.
Okay.
But basically, you want to have, if you look at this sample here, you want one of your pockets to be on your curved piece, the flap shape here, and then this piece is a straight edged piece.
Okay.
It's a complete rectangle.
Do you need a
So
moment?
just give me a moment, not much.
Do you want to just quickly have a look at this, the fabric, just really, really quickly, and then Becky can give me the nod when she's ready. I've got it in order. So very quickly, the fabric that we've got on the show, this is the Lewis and Irene fabric, Hannah's Flowers, best ever price that we've done the fabric for. 100% cotton is this, you can buy it by the half metre. 480 or 720 is the half metre price. So that one is your flower blooms on mustard. Next is the flower blooms on terracotta, easy for me to say. I do like that one. Then you've got the flowers on cream, which is what Becky's been using, one of the fabrics that she's been using. It is very pretty, isn't it? Really very pretty. Next is the flowers on wheat. Wheat. That's 8 in French, isn't it? Wheat. Flowers on 8. Flowers on wheat. What am I talking about? Then we've got flowers on chocolat. Chocolat. Is it Ditzy Floral? Oh yeah, floral on chocolate. I can't read my own scroll. Flowers on, well, Ditzy Floral on chocolate. And then lastly is your sunbirds and flowers on rose, which is the other fabric that Becky has been using to make this beautiful roll bag. £4.80 or £7.20 per half metre, 100% cotton and really, really beautiful fabric for all sorts of makes, and the best ever price that we've done on those. So if you check the show page, or indeed if you want to go to the shop the day way, that is where you will find all of the fabric and more. Worth bearing in mind too that in case you didn't know, I'm sure you do know by now, that we have got up to 23% off plenty of items on the website, mainly covering all of the different days that we've had here this week on Crafters TV. So die cutting on Monday, colouring on Tuesday, Wednesday was mixed media with Jan, Thursday was, what was it yesterday? Oh, card making yesterday. Sorry, I've just been called Craig David in my ear. And Dave Craig did as well, because Nicola got it wrong. So basically everything that we featured. So today you're going to find lots of soft craft deals on the website with a 23% saving. Best thing to do is go to the website wherever you normally go and find us at .com.co.uk.eu. Click on Debbie Fisher because she's there, and then you'll be able to see all the drop downs. Sorry, I just stumbled for a second there because we have less than 10 chances to get the delightful daisies with the extras. In fact, when I say less than 10, it's 9. So there's next 9 people to get the Delightful Daisies complete collection, get the full collection, get the £30, $40 worth of freebies. Everybody else misses out on that. However, it's not all over for you. You won't get the freebies added in there, but you will still be able to pick up the complete collection later on tonight with Sarah, but you won't get the showstopper deals, the extras in there. How are you getting on, Becky?
Yeah, I'm nearly there.
Do you want me to come over and get your card and earlier make so I can get the vote going on the demo of the show? All right.
So, yeah. So I've got that and I've got this. I've got that and I've got this. I've got that and I've got this. I'm almost ready with this now. So I was playing musical statues there for a second. So I've stitched this on. This is the piece that I've done. Those 2 bits. Thanks, Ben. I stitched those 2 bits on. So this is the rectangular piece. So we've got 2 rectangular pieces, and then we've got this curved piece at the end, which is going to go together. So I've just again basted everything in here, and then I've just put a little piece of binding fabric around this raw edge here. And then all we need to do is attach these 3 pieces together. Like so. So they're all going to be stitched together, obviously right sides together, so we fold them over exactly the same way as we did for the outer piece. And then we will put the 2 pieces together, stitch around the outside and leave a little gap, and then turn everything through, and that's the kind of that's how you're going to get your bag. So I'm going to carry on with that while you do the vote, Ben. Okay. A quick vote then, sir. Let's do this as number 1. So number 1 is the beautiful bag that Becky made with the templates that she's using right now. So that's number 1.
Thank you. Or do you want to vote for the card that Becky made? Lots of different crafty disciplines today. That's number 2, made with the Delightful Daisies collection, of which we have 9 remaining, probably less than that now. So 2, 1, 1, 2. You've got about 2 minutes to get your vote in on that one. Thank you to Kathy, who's messaged to say, I love watching your sewing demos, Becky. I learned so many tips. Thank you, Becky and Ben. And Mom for Boys on YouTube says, maybe there could be an Academy of Sewing launched sometime soon.
That's quite exciting, doesn't it?
Does sound exciting.
Yeah.
We'll put it to the powers that be.
Yep.
Always forward your requests.
Well, I think somebody a little while ago said about doing a craft along on sewing, and no, we heard, we listened, and we're going to give it a whirl.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So this is the inner part of the bag. So you've got these little well, they will be pockets once they're sewn together. And so now we're going to pop that over the top and stitch around. Now, if you're going to be doing this at home, because I'll be able to stitch around, but I won't be able to sort of turn everything out the way it should do. I would suggest that once you've stitched it, you want to just trim the vinyl, because you will end up finding that the vinyl becomes quite bulky when you turn everything around. So just make sure that you do that. It will make a difference. And I'm going to leave this part here open so I can turn my bag through. So I'm just going to line everything up. And then probably won't get a chance to stitch it all around, but I can at least show you how it would work. So you're not working tomorrow, Ben? Are you doing something exciting? That sounds like I'm doing DIY at home.
No, there's no plans. You know, I've probably gone my first park run of the year tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Tomorrow morning. And then after that, no, it'll be a usual Saturday sort of pootling around, you know. I like to pootle. I did suggest this morning before everyone sort of went to school and off at work and stuff, I said, well, why don't we do something fun tomorrow? And I just left that in the sort of, you know.
So everybody's going out somewhere else tomorrow now?
Yeah, they'll probably all go and do their own thing and leave me behind. Yeah, no grand plans, really. I'll probably just kick back and relax for the day, because I'm back in on Sunday. No rest for the wicked. You're back in on Sunday, Nicola, aren't you? No, yes, you are. We've got a big, for our US viewers, big HSM preview show on Sunday. And then on Sunday evening, 6 o'clock, we've got our final New Year, New Craft wrap-up show for you too. So that will be fun. So a big Sunday lined up. And of course, Becky here all day tomorrow with Corinne with the first ever sew-along. Sew-along. Why does that make me want to sing... Lamb Chop's Play Along. Remember that?
No.
You guys remember that in the US, don't you?
Lamb
Chop, the little puppet. It's Lamb Chop, play along. It's good to sing and play along. And fun things are all we ever do. Lamb Chop. No?
I've got no idea what you're talking about, Ben.
Just me.
Just making it up. That's what I reckon.
I've got the demo of the show done.
Oh yeah? Will it be one of mine?
It is one of yours. I can confirm you've won. And I'm delighted, actually. I can quickly tell you, the winner... 2.
Oh, that's exciting.
I'm so pleased about that.
Thank you.
So pleased. So yes, we'll put that up onto the Crafty Walk of Fame, and you can vote for that potentially as your demo of the show later on. You've got about a minute.
Speed crafting. I can do this.
Speed
do this. Right, okay. Right. Okay, so I want to turn everything out. So I need to trim my corners like this.
Uh-huh.
So I've got a sharp edge, but I've also got my vinyl in here, and I want to trim that vinyl away because it makes it really super bulky when you're cutting, when you're turning everything round. So I'm just going to trim that round here, like so. Like that. I'm just trimming the bits of where the vinyl is. And if I was doing this at home, I'd be spending the time just to trim the actual vinyl rather than the fabric as well, but we haven't got time. So now, really, really quickly.
Hey.
No, it's horrible. Under pressure. Under pressure.
We'll give you an extra 30 seconds. Nicola's counting you out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
It feels like I'm on, I don't know, I'm
Yeah,
Ready
stop
Steady
cooking.
Cook or something like that. Yeah.
What's that
Step
show?
away from your...
Ready, Steady, Cook.
Yeah. So you can see it becomes tough turning it round because you've got this vinyl, and the vinyl is, you know, quite rigid. So you just want to spend a bit of time poking it all out so you've got it all nice and flat. But you can see how that would look after I'd given it a bit of a press. And you want to top stitch around the outside and close that little gap there. But then that would make that little roll, storage roll here.
Fantastic.
A bit of time on it.
Thank you for a fantastic
Thank
show and a
you.
fantastic day.
Always nice to work with you, Ben.
Always nice to work with you, and we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. First show is at 11.
11, yeah, and I'm there all day.
With the sew along at 6.
Yes, that's
UK
right.
time.
Yep.
We literally have 8 chances left to buy the showstopper for the Delightful Daisies. It is not going to be here this evening when Sarah's around, so you've got to get it checked out, get to the checkouts, and we will come back at 6 o'clock this evening for the official launch of this Delightful Daisies collection. Anything else you've got in your basket, get it checked out. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the show, and Sarah and I will see you in 2 hours' time. Bye!